Come bella bella rugia, strilla stretta, stretta con avuto bella la sposa Gian, su Daciala di Roma, on its Avenue B, a street of strata, you can see 'em disappearing two by two. On an evening in Roma, don't know what. Anyway, hello there, guys. Welcome to Rhythm Roast Cafe. I'm getting a little there Sicilian here. Just came back from Sicily not too long ago. We have some Sicilian wine. In Sicily, they call it Sicilia, not Sicily. Okay.
Anyway. The Romans speak with Italian accents.
Romans speak with Italian. Yes, Romans speak with Italian.
Vini, vidi, vidi.
Veni, vidi, vici. Anyway, tonight we have a special guest. Her name is Christine Hancock. Christine also comes from, well, half of her comes from Sicily, a place called Alta Villa Milija. That's where my ancestors, half of my ancestors come from. Curious little history there, you know. We're part Viking because of Alta Villa Milija. The name Alta Villa Milija is the Sicilian bastardization of the last name of this Norman conqueror called de Hauteville. Roger and Robert Guescard de Hauteville were two Normans, brothers, who came and landed just east of Palermo. The place that they landed, they called Alta Villa, which was the bastardization, the Italianization of de Hauteville, Alta Villa, you know. So it was de Hauteville's 1,000 militia that landed on this mountain, and the mountain became Alta Villa Milija, de Hauteville's military. That's what it is today. In fact, there was a descendants from that area started some kind of a banquet hall out here called Alta Villa Milija.
Really?
And I said, yeah, if the Vikings only knew.
Well, right? Normans.
The Normans. Well, the Normans were
Norman
Vikings.
dog. My mother's maiden name, McGibbon, comes from the Normans.
Does it? Well, they did a lot of Irish stuff, too.
All the Irish names with Fitzes and Gilpatrick, Gilmartin, Fitzpatrick, those come from the Normans. And Burke comes from the Normans. Used to be de Bruges, and Ormond and Desmond. There's a lot of Irish names come from the Normans.
And a lot of the Sicilian names that start with an A are Arab names, like
Antonelli.
yeah, or no, Alcantara, stuff like that.
Wasn't there Vikings in Denmark too?
Well, that's where they
Well,
came from.
that's where it came from.
So I
Well,
have them on both sides.
yeah, that's right. Your father was
Danish.
Scandinavian, right?
A lot of people from the British Isles, they don't say Vikings, they say Danes. When they
Yeah,
talk.
yeah.
Like my mother called the Vikings the Danes.
Oh yeah, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a cannoli.
I see that.
Yeah, drop the gun, take the cannoli.
Yeah.
Anyway, they knew that out in Sicily too, and our guide, when we went for cannolis, right, he goes, don't give me the drop the gun, take the cannoli thing, But we did see Corleone, okay, the town of Corleone. There's an actual town out there, Corleone. And if you pay €6, you can sit in Don Chi-Chi's chair.
Did you do it? Did you do it?
Yeah, no, I didn't want to sit.
But nobody cuts your belly open.
No, nobody cuts your belly open, no. But it's funny, the shot that they have in Corleone is only one shot, but the shot that they have of those mansions in Sicily, especially if you look at that Netflix movie, El Gatto Pardo, the leopard, those shots are shot in Bulgaria, which is right in between Altavilla and Palermo. And there's one of the shots is that staircase that comes down on both sides that you see in one of the Godfather films. That was shot in Bulgaria, so it's funny. But then you get these, I'm on the Sicilian Facebook group, right? And they're so outraged about, the mafia, this and the mafia, that, And I said to him, so what are you so upset about? The mafia tours. People want to take the mafia tours. They think we were ignorant because we want to take the mafia tours. I said, in Chicago, they want to take the mafia tours, okay? I said, people are interested in stuff like that. It's, it's a thing, Oh, we're tired of the mafia. And I said,
They don't hit the corner of 63rd and Western.
Yeah.
Because at 63rd and Western, Frank McErlin, who killed more men than smallpox, is a Southside Irish bootlegger who was in with Polak Joe Saltus was his partner. But at 63rd and Western, he was the first person to use a submachine gun, a Tommy gun in gang warfare. And he opened fire on Spike O'Donnell from the south. There were West Side O'Donnells and the South Side O'Donnells were bootleggers. And Spike O'Donnell, who had like 9 lives, McErlin missed him. But that was the first time.
Yeah.
And McErlin didn't miss often.
Al Capone's home just sold. Well, within the last year, one of his homes just sold.
Really?
There should be historical markers in
I know,
these
but
places.
there's not. Yeah, and it sold for really cheap.
Yeah, because the respectable people that decide what our history is going to be,
Yeah.
they don't want to put up markers
Right.
where Dillinger was killed, like, or
Isn't Piper's Alley a place where one of them was gunned down? Wasn't it machine guns, somebody?
I don't know.
Anyway.
I don't know. I didn't hear anything about Piper.
Anyway, the other thing I learned while traveling Sicily is that Sicilians, and maybe Italians in general, after I look at my Facebook pages, really don't like paying taxes, okay? They're really anti-taxation, okay? And you can see it because when you're driving in this beautiful island, this incredibly beautiful island, you see some stuff that's 3,000 years old that were made by Greeks and Phoenicians and artifacts, of historical value and brilliance. And the land itself is beautiful, except riding on the roads. When you ride on the road, potholes everywhere, trash like you wouldn't believe, okay? And it doesn't matter if it's on a highway or if it's on a boulevard in a major city. It doesn't matter where you go. The graffiti I can understand. Graffiti was born in Rome, okay? It's an art form, all right? So I'll take that. But there's no need for hot dog wrappers and empty bottles of water, plastic bottles of water, all over the place.
Everywhere, yeah.
The reason it's like that, they don't want to pay for anybody to pick it up.
Yeah.
They don't want to pay taxes to to have some garbage collector pick it up, so a guy comes once a week instead of every day. So I don't understand it. Anyway, on to the major reason why we're here, and that's to show you how to get Sicilian sweet sauce into your pot. All right. This is the pot, the usual size pot. I think, what is that, a 6-quart container? I mean, a 3-quart container? I don't know. Whatever. It takes these, and I'm going to go through these.
56, yeah.
I'm going to go through these now. You start out with the paste. I've got 4 of these little, what is it, 8 ounce? I think 6 ounce. I can't read it. How many ounces is that?
I think it's 6.
6.
Yeah.
Okay, 4 of these 6 ounces cans of paste. Now the paste comes in 2 styles. One is roasted garlic, and the other one has herbs. So I get 2 of the herbs, and I get 2 of the roasted garlic. Those are the basis for the paste. Next, you're going to put in the pot the diced tomatoes, okay? The diced tomatoes are the ones that are seasoned. You can get this brand, you can get any brand. Any brand is all right. Contadina, I think that means peasant in Italian. And a little bit about the contadina and the peasant thing. When I was in Rome, I was at the Trevi Fountain. There was a restaurant there, and we were all eating. It was very expensive, and the waiter came out and served you outside, and he had the Cinzano table, umbrellas, all that stuff. And I'm sitting there and looking at the menu, and they have salads. Everything is a la carte, okay? There's no combinations in Rome. And so I'm looking at it, and I said, well, I'd like to have a salad, too. And he goes, what dressing would you like? And I said, could I have oil and vinegar? And he goes, certainly. And I'd been there long enough to know that when I'm used to, as a Sicilian, red wine vinegar. Mm-hmm. They don't have that. All they have is balsamic, mm-hmm. So when I said, do you have red wine vinegar? And he goes, red wine vinegar is for the peasant. He goes like that. I said, oh, excuse me. So you wouldn't have Roquefort then, would you? And he looked at me like, what?
They say that in Chicago when you ask for ketchup on hot dogs.
Yeah, ketchup on hot dogs. It's the same thing.
Don't get me started on this. No ketchup on hot dogs. What's more Chicago than not putting ketchup on a hot dog is saying, the hell with you, I'll put whatever I want on my goddamn hot dog. Don't tell me. Some guy from Skokie,
Well, it's like the New Jersey Sicilians. They think that they're the upper level of all Sicilians in the United States.
They're like the Boston Irish.
Well, it's because Frank came from New Jersey, right? He's the boss. The chairman of the board came from New Jersey, right?
I listen to him every day now.
I was looking for a CD. I hid it someplace. I was going to play it in the backyard stereo so it would be background, right?
Yeah.
It would have been nice stuff, but I couldn't find out what I did with it.
I met him once.
And but he had some good stuff where he actually.
Frank Sinatra?
Uh-huh.
Really?
He was sitting at the bar in Vegas, and he was walking through the casino, and he stopped and talked to us for about 20 minutes, 25 minutes.
Really?
Yeah. He was with.
Which one? Joey Bishop?
No, he was. Oh God, what's his name?
Don Rickles?
No, a little guy.
Little guy. They're all little guys.
Yeah, littler than Frank.
Everybody except Peter Lawford in that group is a little guy.
Frank, what was it? Sammy Davis Jr.?
No.
There was a black little guy.
It'll come to me. I can't remember.
We're all having senior moments at some time or another. Anyway, we go to the next ingredient was the diced. And after you put in the diced, you put in the crushed tomatoes, okay? After you put in the crushed tomatoes, you have your sauce. So right now, I'm going to start doing the, what I use this for,
What is that?
this is chicken stock, okay?
Really?
Yeah, what I use the chicken stock for is what you're going to see when you open up these cans, the liquid is going to stick to the sides. So you take the spatula and you get as much as you can in there, and there's still going to be some in the can. So you take this, you pop it open a bit, and you wash out the can with the chicken stock, and then you put it in there. Now the reason for that is a lot of Italians use the three meat paradigm. What that means is your meatballs are usually ground beef, half ground beef, and half, or 2 to 1, 2 to 1 ground beef to ground pork. Or you could use ground beef to ground veal, or you could use ground beef to ground chicken, depending upon what you want to do. That's how you make your meatballs. Okay, the sauce itself can come in various different ways. If you don't want to do meatballs, you can do short ribs. You can have beef short ribs and pork neck bones, and you just put that in. It's very quick, very easy, and you don't have to make meatballs. Okay, the problem is a lot of people like meatballs. Okay, and the neck bones are hard to eat. You gotta kind of suck between the joints and stuff, but a meatball is very easy, and everybody likes a meatball. So we're going to show you how to make meatballs today too. So the first thing you're going to put in, like I said, is the oil. You're going to use olive oil. And if you can see, I don't know if you can see it. It's about a 1/4 of an inch. See it? It's about a 1/4 of an inch of olive oil there, right? Now, I'm gonna put, well, these should have been open. The next thing you would do is you take, yeah?
We got all the can openers, everything's set up behind you guys if you want
Yeah,
to start popping cans. Everything's plugged in.
Chris, if you do me a favor, just take off the one top. You can't, these are dumb cans. They only fit on,
The electric one.
they only fit on the one on the bottom side. They don't fit on the top side. It won't cut the top side.
Oh my gosh, I have
And
to
here,
use
you
one of
put it
these.
in this bowl.
The little knot, yeah, there you go.
And then,
Yeah, the only one here who doesn't cook properly.
yeah, you can only do the bottom side because I think the top side, they made it unusable.
I don't know, Danny, you might have to come over here.
All right, I'll come over there.
Or show
I'm
me.
a-coming. Put that over there. Here, I'll do it real quick.
Is that one of those ones that takes the top off?
Well, it's supposed to take the top off, but
Those ones are tricky.
yeah, there's ones that take the side off. Go ahead, sit down there. I got it.
You sure?
Yeah. It's so nice to have a man around the house.
Oh, no.
Here's one. Okay, oh, here. You know what you can do?
What?
Take the butter knife. It's over there,
That
right?
I can do. How about the spatula?
Oh, here's the butter
that's
knife.
right, you did.
Will fit easier.
Yeah.
Scrape it out and throw it in there. Okay, now I'm going to do this one.
You know you can buy this in tubes now.
So Tom,
Did you know that, Danny?
what?
You can buy this in tubes now.
I can buy what?
You can buy this in tubes. You just squeeze it out.
Well, yeah, they used to make it so that it was both like this.
Yeah.
And so you could cut one side, take that side off, and then you turn it over, cut the other side, and push it
out.
through.
Yeah, yeah.
And they did this so that you couldn't do it.
Yeah, I wonder why.
Dumb.
Yeah.
I don't understand. They want you to do what Grandma used to do all the time. Use a butter knife and try to shake it out.
By the way, is this your mom's recipe?
This is the Greco recipe. So it's yours too. Okay. She's a Greco.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, do I have another one? Yeah, I got 2 more.
El Greco.
So yeah, the chief guy in charge today, did he use the Army or the Marines? National Guard.
National Guard.
National Guard. That's what we use today, right? I got to ask my legal friend, Nick, whenever he comes back from his hiatus, what's the legality in doing that? You know?
He can do it in the District of Columbia.
It's not a state.
Ah,
I mean, even the people that are in the District of Columbia that are not happy about this acknowledge that he has the ability, the right to do it under the law. But they're saying crime is down, and you know he's a liar. Gee.
well, you know, I can understand it in some ways. I mean, when they show the videos that they show about the lawlessness, and what I mean by lawlessness is not just carjacking. When you break into a store and you use 5 or 6 people and you overpower the staff, steal the stuff out of the store, I mean, you're going to end up with a retail desert. Nobody's going to want to do business there.
Yeah.
Absolutely nobody. All right, so what you do here, okay, thank you, Chris.
You're welcome.
Can you see this? Yeah. All right. This is 4 cans of paste. What I'm going to do with that, give me a teaspoon, the measuring spoons. What I'm going to do with that is I'm going to season it. And with this,
Let me take those.
now you're not going to see it because we're not going to actually cook in here. You're going to put this oil on the burner, okay? And while that's burning, okay, you're going to take your blender and you're going to blend parsley, 1 bunch of parsley, 1 bunch of basil, 2 cubes of garlic, okay? And blend it all in the blender and then put that in here and saute it, okay? I'm sorry, the onion, the Vidalia onion. 1/2 of a big Vidalia onion. I got all that stuff in the refrigerator. I forgot to bring it out. Anyway, you don't need to see it. You need to hear it, okay? The Vidalia onion is the key to the sauce. The Vidalia onion is about this big. You chop it up in quarters. You put it in the blender. You blend it with the parsley and the basil and the garlic. Okay, you get it all together. Now, what the advantage to the Vidalia onion is, it's sugar filled. It's a sweet onion. So Sicilians hardly ever will put actual sugar in their sauce. And you have to do something to get the tartness out. Okay, if you don't sweeten it in some way, the tartness will cause your stomach to rebel. So Sicilians use vegetables of different kind. I've seen them use carrots. There's some movie out where the nana is using apple slices, to draw the sugar out of apple slices. I can see that, okay? But the ones that I grew up with near Palermo would use the Vidalia onion. They would chop it up and then they'd saute it in the oil. While that's sauteing in the oil, they would take this, okay, which is the paste with the seasoning. You take 1 tablespoon of sea salt. I use sea salt better than regular salt because it has more of a biting flavor. Don't need that much, but you could use this much. Okay, put that in there. That's fine.
So you're not going to add sugar? Is
Huh?
that the point with the
I'm not adding sugar, no. This is salt. Salt
I know
and
that.
and then you take a teaspoon of fine pepper. Now I say fine pepper because I like the coarse pepper in salad, but if you're going to make a sauce, you need something that it'll absorb easier. And finely ground pepper absorbs easier. Now you spread that around. Now why did I do that instead of adding it to the pot, like you would a soup? If you add it to the pot while the pot's cooking, after a while, you get a ring around the top. And the ring around the top is going to be salt and pepper, okay? If you do this, if you mix it in so that it becomes an integral part of the paste, you then fry it with the salt and pepper in it already. While you're frying this, it's going to stick itself, all the seasoning will stick to the tomato and not the pan, you know, so you won't lose any of that pan. Okay, so normally this would be on the stove, and right now it would be sizzling, you know, going. So the next step is the, here it is, diced tomatoes. Okay, you take the diced tomatoes and then you pour it in. Okay, now you're going to see you have some residue.
You want this?
That's what this is. And
Lunch top is behind the opener.
where's the opener at?
It's right there,
Oh,
see
there
it?
it is.
Do you need this? I'm trying to give you some more room.
Okay. Now I put a little bit in to match the amount of paste that I put in. But now on this, I'm going to take this, I'm going to wash the can with it. Got a clean can. All right, so the next one after that is the crushed tomatoes.
It's a new one on me, the broth. The broth is new to me. I never knew that you use broth in spaghetti sauce.
Well,
But it makes sense.
you could, the Sicilians usually use water.
Yeah.
The mountain people from Abruzzi, that's where I learned the chicken stock. They were the three meat people. They used leftovers,
Yeah.
leftover pork, leftover beef, leftover chicken. You throw it all in the pot and it makes sauce. That's what they used to do. So you clean this off with that. See, makes sense. You don't lose any of it. And then this goes in. We should have one more can, puree. There it is. Now it's funny, you talk to people from southern Italy, anything south of Rome, and they'll tell you, they'll swear by San Marzano tomatoes. Okay, San Marzano, you gotta get San Marzano. I never knew that, okay, and until the last couple of decades, you know, it became a thing, San Marzano. And I'm wondering, what's the difference, right? So I went and I bought some San Marzano tomato plants. It's the same thing as any plum tomato, okay?
Really?
It's the same thing. Okay, the only thing is that they claim the soil is better. Well, I don't know how the soil could be better. There's no volcanoes there, right? So they're by the spur. They're Bari, and they're Baresi. But the Baresi are more Greek than most Peninsula Italians, so they have an arrogance. Well, they do. I mean,
Like regular Italians aren't arrogant.
huh?
Like regular Italians aren't arrogant.
Yeah.
Bringing you food.
All right.
The three most arrogant ethnic groups in the United States are the Italians, the Irish, and the Jews.
I don't know. The Indians are pretty much up there.
American Indians or
No, Hindu Indians.
oh,
Man, we used to do rock concerts for them. They were the worst. Okay.
You know, I'm sorry, I missed a really good comment by Rhonda out there. She said pop a couple holes in the bottom of the paste can and then shake it right out. That actually makes a lot of sense after
It
you take
does.
the top
Oh,
off,
yeah.
put a hole in the bottom.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Rhonda.
Yeah.
What a great suggestion.
I knew she was going to be out there. Let's say hello to Rhonda. Hi, Kitty. I know you're out there too. Let's see who else. Trafiglio. I forget.
Is Arthur watching?
Huh?
Is Arthur watching?
Yeah. Well, if Rhonda's watching, Arthur will watch, I guess. So there we go. Now you put it on the stove, and you cook it under low flame, because you don't want to burn the sauce. If you burn the sauce, you burn the bottom, you ruin the whole thing. Okay, just a little bit of burn on the bottom is going to seep through the whole thing. It's going to taste smoky, and you don't want sauce to taste smoky. So you put it on a low flame, and then you take Nana's wooden spoon.
Check.
Okay, this is a must instrument. Okay, this wooden spoon. It's a must instrument. You use it, you stir it every 5 or 6 minutes falling off.
Yeah, your mic is off right now. Here, let me swap it out with that one.
I was going to give him mine.
I think Tom's just died.
I run out of battery.
Is mine on?
Yours is good.
Okay.
I got a big mouth. See, I use up
I
the
know
juice. So,
Can I stir?
yeah, go ahead, stir it. So you stir it while it's cooking, but it's probably going to cook down at least 2 hours,
Really?
you know, on a low flame. Okay, but what that'll do for you apartment dwellers is now you don't have to worry about your neighbors saying you're smoking too much pot, because all they're going to smell is the sauce. Okay, if you want to hide any odors in your house, or doggy, or you have 3 cats or something like that, this is what you do. You don't use anything else. Believe me, this will give you 24 hours of reprieve. Okay, 24 hours.
Question.
Yes.
Lid on or lid off while it's cooking?
I lit it off,
Okay.
okay, because the whole idea is to evaporate.
Okay.
Okay, low boil, you evaporate, and when you evaporate, the sauce gets thicker.
Okay.
And it gets thicker and thicker and thicker, and the further down you get, the thicker it gets. Southern people like thick sauce. Northern Italians like thin sauce. Okay, theirs is a lot more fluid. It's a lot juicier. In fact, you can even see the olive oil, on the top for a lot of it. But anyway, for some of you people that aren't Italian, you might say to yourself, well, Sicilian, Italian, they're 2 different things. Okay, Sicilians, and as I found out when I went down to Sicily recently, do not especially consider themselves Italians. Okay, they consider themselves Siciliano. Okay, their dialect is different, and they say it's not a dialect; it's a language.
Yeah.
So don't get in a discussion with them, or they'll turn out to be like the guy on Princess Bride. So anyway, the definitive answer I got when I asked every Sicilian cook, is it gravy or is it sauce? This is the answer. If there's meat in it, it's gravy. Meat in it or no fish in it, it's sauce. So that changes, I guess they feel that it associates with the general term of what
Yeah.
gravy's used. Gravy's usually used for a meat thing or potatoes, mashed potatoes. I never saw sauce on mashed potatoes. I don't think that would go very
Chicken-
well.
Well, occasionally, well, maybe not. Chicken cacciatore sometimes can be served with potatoes, and they put sauce on them.
Okay, so that's pretty much it. Do we have any more questions on, mushrooms? Okay, I didn't show you the mushrooms right now, but what we do, once this starts boiling, first, the kind of mushrooms you should get is the baby bellas, they call them. Okay, they're like bella. They're like the bigger mushrooms, only they're small. They're dark, and they're usually I get them sliced if I were you, because it's it's almost the same price. You know, slice them yourself, you'll be there all day. What I would do is soak them overnight in water. What that does is it cleans any leftover scrum from wherever they were grown, you know, and you don't have to scrub each one that way, you know, and you rinse it out thoroughly. And then you throw them in the sauce. When you throw them in the sauce, what mushrooms do is they act like a sponge. They just, they suck up all the stuff. And when you eat them, all you're getting is this explosion of sauce, you know, within the confines of the mushroom tissue. Anyway, that's the way you do mushrooms. Now we're going to go on to meatballs. I did bring the meat in here. Jeez. So, talk amongst yourself. While I go. Actually, what I brought out here for you guys.
Cannolis.
If you want to take, drop the gun, take the cannoli.
Can you get out or do I have to get out?
Yeah, I can get out.
You sure?
I'll get out. I got to bring the meat. I'll be right back. Chris, can you tell them a little bit about your real estate business, what you do, and the nuances involved?
Well, I sell downtown Chicago real estate, mostly condos. When he made that comment about the peasants, I forget what the comment was about.
Contadina, the
Yeah,
name
oh,
of the
yeah.
brand.
It brought a home to mind that I just sold that is a row home in Lincoln Park, which I'm sure you're familiar with. And I just sold it for almost 1.9 million. But the history of those they were like workmen's cottages almost. They were to get almost like the original multi-unit housing to get more people to live in them. So they were not high-end by any means when they were first built. So it's so interesting because there's so few of them that the prices are crazy. You know, if anybody likes vintage, I mean, every time one goes for sale, you get multiple offers, you know. And they're these old workmen's cottages. Obviously, a lot of them have been added on to and things have been changed, but the fronts of them cannot change. They have that historic status. So
Stoops to sit on?
they do,
Yeah.
they do. But if you want to fix your stoop, you got to go through the Historical Society. I mean, you can't touch these things. Everything has to go through the Historical Society, you know.
You don't see a bunch of bourgeois out there sitting on a stoop, you know, talking to their neighbors. They meet at the club or something.
Yeah, yeah.
You ever been to Pullman? On the far south side?
I've gone through there, but no, I haven't spent any time there.
The Pullman, the guy that ran the Pullman company making the cars, the sleeping cars, he built his factories there, and he built all this housing. He built like a town for the workers, and they're real nice. There's people that still buy those and fix them up.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
And he tried to keep the people under his thumb. Eventually, they revolted. You know.
He tried to what?
He tried to keep the people under his thumb, his workers under his
Yeah.
thumb, by having them in his town, which
Yeah.
was a dry town. It wasn't part of
Yeah.
Chicago then. And eventually they got tired of being under his thumb,
Yeah.
and there was a strike, and they brought in the army. And
The interesting thing, and maybe the same with these homes in Pullman, the quality of the construction is phenomenal. Everything's solid as a rock. All the details, you know, the outside, the brickwork, everything that they just don't do today. They can't. It's too expensive.
yeah,
You know, it's really, really nice, you know, so. It always breaks my heart when I go into a neighborhood that maybe, like Hyde Park, for instance, you know, where a lot of those homes, they've, you know, taken all the charm out of them when they redo them, you know.
the open plan.
Open plan, or they paint the beautiful, natural, dark woodwork, they'll paint it white, you know. Just don't like that, but.
My second wife, she had a condo at Ainsley and Sheridan, and it was like a big 6 flat. And Uptown at one time was posh.
Oh, I
So
know.
one time
yeah.
this had a maid's apartment in it,
Yeah,
and the walls in the dining room had leather
yeah,
leather paneling.
yeah.
and there was a little thing on the floor where a bell would be, where the owner of the joint, you know, he could
Call the maid?
call the maid
Seriously?
or call in the next course for the dinner or something.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah.
Okay. All right, so let's move this to the side. Take this,
You have enough room?
this here. We're gonna need these bowls. I'll take that and put it someplace else.
Why don't you give me that bag and I can get rid of these cans?
Danny, here.
There's towels behind you over there. Can you paper towels?
I don't-
Back.
Oh, okay, there we go.
Danny,
Yeah.
when you get your hands free, here's your mic.
Oh, did I hit the mic?
You need to put it back on. I took it off you so it wouldn't disconnect.
Oh,
Right there.
I thought I dropped it in the sauce.
Oh, gosh.
That would have been something, huh? That's how we make sweet sauce, sweeter. Okay. There's a bowl for you.
Where would Pullman be? Give me two cross streets.
You what?
Pullman, give me two cross streets.
Oh, I don't even know. It's like, it's so far south, it's
Is it almost Indiana?
way down.
Yeah.
You know, it's far, it's not that far east, but it's real far south.
Okay,
Yeah, I think it's as far south as you can go in Chicago.
I'll look it up.
When my daughter was started her first job as a librarian, was way down there. You know, like, okay, you're new, you're going way down there.
Yeah.
You know? But it's east and south. you know.
Okay, I'll look it up.
Okay. What I got
It's
here.
worth a trip down there to look at it. It really is.
Yeah, 'cause I
Yeah.
like to see those types of things, you know.
Yeah.
Types of homes.
This is 1 pound of ground chuck. Now, why do I use ground chuck and not ground round or ground sirloin? Well, ground sirloin and ground round don't have the flavor. There's more fat, I guess, which when you're making meatballs, you want more fat. Otherwise, it comes out hard. The other thing is that Northern Italians have a tendency to fry their meatballs. After they make their meatballs, they'll brown them. They'll put it in a fry pan and they'll brown them, and then they'll use that whatever is in the pan, grease, and they'll put it in the sauce, and then they'll put the meatballs in. Southern Italians, and especially Sicilians, prefer to drop their meatballs in the sauce while it's boiling.
Really?
Yeah, that's where all the Grecos do that.
Is that how you do it?
Yeah. Well, it makes it softer. Okay. I don't know what. There's a different taste to the hard meatballs.
Yeah.
Okay, because you've encased it, so it's more
Yeah.
meaty tasting. But when you do this, when you drop it in the boiling sauce, the meat becomes much more tender. The sauce infuses itself into it, tenderizes the meat. The flavor of the meat diminishes because it escapes into the sauce. So your sauce tastes more meaty. Your meatball tastes less meaty, but it's softer. You know, and if you have the right seasoning, the seasoning comes out. Okay, in the softer meatball. Anyway, the ratio is usually 2 to 1. Okay, so here's ground pork, and that's all the beef. All right, and you're going to put that in there like that. Then this is kind of an add-on. All right, what I do is I take 2 sausage links. These are garlic sausage links. And the easiest way to cut them up without the casings coming apart is to just drop them in the sauce and cut them with a scissors. Boom, boom, boom. Now this is while the sauce is cooking. Of course, right now nothing's cooking. You do that. All right, now.
My brother's Chinese in-laws, they cut everything up with scissors.
Really?
Yeah, it's a better way to do it. Much better. Isn't that much different, actually? They use different ingredients, but the style is the same. These are the mushrooms. Okay, these are these they say Criminy Cafe, but they're actually Baby Bellas, is what they are, and they're gonna look kind of like that, you know.
Soak them overnight.
I would at least a couple hours, okay? Early in the morning if you want to, overnight if you want to. Won't hurt them overnight, okay? You don't want to do it too long because then they'll start to grow mold, you know, but do that. And then here's your bunch of sweet basil.
That's a lot of basil. Do you use all that?
Well, you use half of it for the sauce. The other half you use for the meatballs.
Wow, that's a lot of basil. Okay.
Well, that's a lot of meat.
Yeah, you're right.
That's going to give you almost 15 meatballs.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay?
Yeah.
So, yeah, you're going to use that much for the meat. Okay? This would be ground up with the parsley and put in the sauce.
I have to try to make this.
Well, now you have a...
Really looks good.
You'll
Yeah,
have
I have
a-
the instructions.
It'll be right there. You don't have to worry about going to the cookbook. Now, this is the parsley. Now, don't get the curly, because the curly has less flavor. Plain parsley has the flavor.
That's a lot of parsley too.
Well, you can buy them by the bunch. Okay,
Yeah.
you can't separate it.
Yeah. Okay.
So what you're
But
not
are you
going to
gonna
use?
all that?
No.
Okay.
No. I'll use maybe a third of it for the sauce, and I'll make
Okay.
maybe half of the third for the meatballs.
Okay.
Okay, and you just put this and this in the blender over there with 2 cloves of garlic and then 2 eggs.
Okay.
2 small eggs or 1 big if you get an extra large egg. You put that in the blender, you blend it all together, it becomes a soupy mess, okay? Then you take that and you pour that on top of here. You put your seasoning in the blender. What I should do is I should do that and we should start mixing it up. What do I got in here? Oh, here's the Vidalia onions. This one you would use for the sauce. And this Vidalia onion you use for the meatballs. Let's go for the sauce first. Okay. So, put it on there. And then, where's my big knife? Oh, there it is. Thank you. Cut it for me, will you?
Oh my God.
I'm in the wrong
It's
position
a
to
dull
do it.
knife.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not a Ginzu.
Oh no.
It's,
All right,
a
give me
dull knife is a dangerous
Very
thing.
dangerous.
All right.
Yeah.
Stab this son of a bitch.
I like that Cheyenne Chief dull knife.
Yeah.
Dull knife and little wolf.
Oh, what is that? That's a bad Vidalia.
That's a bad onion.
Well,
You go, oh, it's.
yeah.
Is there a
I've
word
never
for
seen
that?
a Vidalia that bad.
It's
With all that sugar, they probably go bad faster maybe than a regular.
Maybe, I don't know. Anyway, good
You
thing we
wanna try
got
this
another
one?
onion.
Yeah.
I just bought them this morning too. Oh, this one's good. Peel all the onion peel off of it, the onion skin. Okay.
You obviously like to cook, right?
I what?
You like to cook?
I like the what?
Cook.
Cook. Oh yeah, I love to cook. Okay. Yeah, that helps. Get this shit out of the way. Okay. Put this on. got the onion. Now what I'm going to do,
What'd you get on me?
what do I do? Get some onion on you?
Paper towels are nice too.
Yeah. The towel's right there. All right, now watch what happens with the sweet basil. Smell that.
I can
Tell me what you
smell it
think.
from here.
Oh my god.
Good, isn't it? Smells like licorice.
Definitely smells like candy.
Okay, let's see. Here's the. What happened? Tom's mic is going.
He walked out with it on.
Sorry.
Hey.
Opa. All right.
Yes. I love basil.
Okay, what did I do? This. Now I put a garlic clove in there already, but you didn't see that. All right. Chris, I got to get out one more time.
Enough room?
Well, you know what?
Let me get up. Let me get up.
Yeah, go in the kitchen, ask Janet to give you 2 eggs.
We got it.
You got it?
Yeah, just
Okay, sit down.
All right.
All right, so we got this. That goes in there. We're going to put the mushrooms in the pot, but we're not going to do that right now. We're going to wait till it starts boiling. Okay. And now for this, Chris is moving away so she doesn't get splattered by the cook.
As long as it's not the red tomato sauce, I'm good.
No, we don't have no red tomato sauce.
See, my grandmother,
Yeah,
which was not a Greco, my
Yeah.
grandma, was made this completely different. So it's really
oh, it's always different.
it's really interesting. Really different though. So it's interesting to see. My
See-
other side of my Italian family.
Now, were they Sicilian or Italian?
Sicilian.
They were Sicilian?
Yeah.
Every province in Sicily has their own dialect and their own cooking. You know, so I just put 1 egg in there. I think that's all I'll need. Oh, yeah. Pepper. Where did I do
Oh,
it?
here.
Oh, there they are. Teaspoon of ground pepper.
Did we lose one? We lost Tom.
Where's the salt?
It's behind you next to the pot.
Behind me?
Here.
Okay. And then a teaspoon of salt.
Just give me a 1 hour notice too. So,
Yeah.
We're at 1 hour, really?
yeah. Time flies when you're having fun.
I
Chris.
know.
You should come by more often.
Yeah.
This is a little bit different.
I will. What are you making next week?
Well, there's a lot of things I could make. Okay. I got to get a better kitchen to do this on. This is too cramped. Got to figure out a way to make a kitchen. Because I think this is.
We can walk over to the kitchen.
Yeah, but
Well, that's
I don't
why
think you
was
can
thinking-
shoot in it.
That's why I was thinking the bar at my house because we just set up all the appliances on the bar in front of you.
Yeah, that would work.
Oh, that's a good idea.
that would work.
That was the original idea, and then we wanted to try it in here.
All right. So that's what it looks like. Now what you're going to do is you're going to take this, you're going to open it up. You want to try to mix it a little bit so that you have the pork and the beef intertwined, okay? Now,
Oh, you're gonna.
whoa,
what is
whoa,
this?
thank
oh my
you.
God.
I think that would have been horrible. All right, so we got this. We take this. Yeah, sorry.
That's all right.
Get you a little lobster bib next time.
Yeah. Good idea.
You know, I forgot to bring.
So, the same amount of that would go in the sauce?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right, you start with this, and it gets real mushy, right? So mushy that the meatballs would probably fall apart.
Oh, I know what you're gonna do.
I'm going to stiffen them.
Yeah.
And you can, there's no real measurement for the stiffening, it's just by feel. You know,
This,
yeah, thank you. Open the top on that for me so I don't have to wipe my hands off. All right. So now I take this and I sprinkle, cover the top of it. But that's not the only thing. I take, now this is grated Romano, or you could use Parmesan. I prefer Romano. Oh, it's got a little sharper taste. There, I got it. My hands are slidey.
yeah.
All right, so now we're covered with both of it. That is your basic ingredient that you need to make a Sicilian meatball. Now you take it and you just mix it all together.
Rhonda's requesting a calzone to be made next.
Huh?
Rhonda
Yes.
is requesting a calzone next
Yes.
time to be made.
I second that.
What?
Calzone.
Oh, that's difficult. We're gonna need a real kitchen for that.
Ace Hardware has an Uni pizza oven on sale right now.
Oh,
I
yeah.
almost bought one today.
We do a lot
See,
of.
calzone is a seasonal Italian dish, okay, and it's usually now the other side of my family was good for calzone because they were mountain people from the mountains of Abruzzi, which is just 180 kilometers east of Rome. They were Samnites. Now, Samnites were the first tribe that the Romans fought with, you know, when they became a military organization. They fought 3 wars with the Samnites. They won one, they lost one, and they tied one. Let me have this.
What do you need? Oh, yeah. I would have got it for you.
So, all right. We've got everything here. And I think right now, we're at the point where you make the meatballs and you plop them in while this is boiling. So, the cooking part is all that's left. The preparing part is done. Okay, you pretty much, this is what your meatball base is going to look like, you know, and then you can do whatever you want as far as the size of the meatball. Some people use an ice cream scooper so that they're all the same size. I don't, you know, I just roll them up, you know. I get as many as I can. This will give you 12 to 15 medium-sized meatballs, okay, which means that it should feed a family of 6. The cost for everything here was a little bit under $50. So you got to figure about $9 a person for 6 people, you know, and
2
this
pounds
is,
of meat?
huh?
2 pounds of meat?
A pound of ground pork, I mean half a pound of ground pork, a pound of ground beef.
Pound and a half, okay.
So,
What can we expect next week?
What would you? Well, we could do calzone. A calzone's supposed to be. It's supposed to be an Easter dish, and the reason it's an Easter dish is the mountain people from Abruzzi, who kind of invented the calzone. They would have to do terrace farming because everything was rocky, mountainous. So what they would do is they would go to their farm early in the morning, and they couldn't. It was so hard to get back and forth to their house that they would have to take breakfast and lunch with them. Calzone, eggs, cheese, bread, meat. Okay, I mean you can make calzone like you make pizza. Okay, you can do mushrooms and sausage. The base is ricotta cheese, which is goat's cheese. Okay, ricotta cheese is your base, and then you put eggs, a lot of eggs. Okay, you can use a dozen eggs to get 2 large-sized calzones out of it. Okay, and then you put shredded mozzarella, also some grated Romano or Parmesan. Those are the ingredients you're going to have. You can use pepperoni, chopped up in little cubes, or you could use fried sausage without the casing and put that in there. So it's sausage, mushroom, or you could have sausage, mushroom, and pepperoni, or you could just have ham. We could have ham and provolone, little pieces of ham and little pieces of provolone. I mean, you could do whatever the hell you want. But they would go out like 5 o'clock in the morning before sun came up. They'd find their little terrace farm up on the mountainside. They'd have breakfast, and then in their sack they'd have the calzone for lunch. When they got done for lunch, then they'd work some more, and they'd start at the top of the mountain and work their way down to the bottom, and so that when they're done at the end of the day, they can just go home, and then start the whole next day up again. Too much noise? So, is there any questions on this? Yeah.
I love this. I'm making it tomorrow.
Rhonda wants to see you roll a meatball.
I was thinking
You
of
want
that.
to see me
too,
roll a
yes.
meatball. All right, we need that pan. I'm going to need to put the meatball in something. All right, here's a chunk about a fist size. Okay.
Definitely need a bigger table.
Here, give it to me. I'll just put it here. Drop the gun, take the cannoli. Roll it, roll it, roll it, roll it. Use your thumb to pack in the void. There you go.
Wow. And because you're not frying them first and then you put them in the sauce, I mean, obviously they don't just disintegrate, huh? They stay
No,
together?
well, the egg keeps them together.
Okay.
You got to make sure.
Yeah, the egg, yeah.
Yeah, you got to make sure that the egg is the base, the glue, okay, and then the fiber that keeps the glue going to attached to the meat is the breadcrumbs.
Yeah.
Okay, so and you roll it around like that. Rhonda, you got to know I'm teaching the Irish people how to make meatballs here. And Tom's Irish, Brendan is Irish. I have to call Brendan Luigi. You know why?
Why?
Because whenever I say Brendan on a text message, it comes out Brandan instead of Brenden. And I've tried doing it several different ways, and it always comes out Brandon. They want you to be a Brandon. They don't want you to be a... Google doesn't like Brendan.
So now you're Luigi.
What did they call, at NASCAR, what did they call Biden? Brandon? Was it Brandon?
So Brandon.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't. You'd understand.
Yeah, they'd say screw Brandon. Or better than screw.
No, the whole joke was that people were chanting F Joe Biden, and whoever was up there speaking or whatever or the commentator was like, yeah, they're chanting "Let's go Brandon," and everybody was like, that is not what's being chanted.
Yeah. And it stuck.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
then it turned into a joke. Everybody started saying "Let's go Brandon."
Yeah,
So
well,
Joe-
NASCAR wasn't his crowd, that's for sure.
Yeah, he didn't have many crowds.
I just wonder, if you're a follower of this guy, what do you feel like when he says, I just love the poorly educated. Doesn't that mean something to you? I mean, to me, what it says is, if I were a master of manipulation, who would I want to have around me? People who are poorly educated. You know, but yeah, there's no counting for love, right? There's a lid for every pot, they say, right?
Do you want to tell people what to expect next week on Rhythm Roast?
Well, actually, I think it's Nick's turn next week. You know what we're going to do? We're going to invite a new conservative lawyer next week. Okay, I have to talk it over with Tom, but I can't get your brother to commit because he's got too many home things, and Nick has got personal business taking him away. So I got this guy. His name is Roy McCampbell. Okay, and he's a lawyer from Elmhurst, and he's conservative, more conservative than the guys we had. So this ought to be real interesting, you know, and we'll see what happens. The topic for next week, I'll have to wait until Tom comes back in because it probably should be his next week. And I don't know if he's got anything.
Tom is coming back in.
I know,
I wasn't
yeah.
sure if you were going to wrap the show.
Oh, you think he's
He
gone?
left. I think he said he wouldn't be back.
He what?
When
I
he
think
left,
he said he's not coming back. That's what
Oh,
he's saying.
okay. All right, well, I have to put it on the Facebook page later. So anyway, do we have any other comments or questions on this pasta?
Nope, they're just telling us that your mic's breaking up. I think it's dying again.
Do we have any comments or questions? Can you hear it? No? Okay. Well, everybody, I guess it's time to say good night, Mrs. Calabash, wherever you are.